Andrea, you've got some really nice rides coming up on Saturday. One of them is in the third early on, Lucky Symphony, who got the job done last time out in pretty good style. You must be looking forward to getting back on board him.
Yeah, no, it's a lovely horse that he's very lightly raced, and he hasn't done much wrong so far, obviously winning the last day. So he's a horse that we've always liked. He showed a lot of ability when he first arrived in Hong Kong, and he finally managed to put it all together. And like I said, he won last time, and he won quite nicely. So hopefully he'll do the job again on Saturday.
He looks like quite a sort of tractable horse, Andrea. I mean, you were able to sort of stalk and then pounce, and showed a good turn of foot when required last time.
Yeah, although he probably would have won anyway, but I thought he did win the race coming out of the gates. When the gates opened, he was 2 lengths clear, and then we were drawn 14, which wasn't ideal. We were drawn 11 on Saturday, which is not ideal either. But once he came out of the gates and he was 2 lengths in front, I managed to get across without spending too much, and just sort of off the pace. And he won quite nicely. His trials since have been good, and listen, he's still in class 4. He's quite a top weight. He's a big horse, so I don't think the top weight would be an issue. We're drawn 11, which is not a deal, but hopefully we can get a clean jump and try and get a good position again. Hopefully we can go closer again.
And just the line on that trial, Andrea. I mean, it was a taking trial win actually. I thought it was quite impressive.
Yeah, but he's always trial sort of that way. Even early on when he first arrived, he was always a good trial horse. He just needed things to sort of come together, and they finally have. And like I said, his trial was good. He's a beautiful looking horse, and also one thing that would help his chances too is this rain. I think a bit of juice in the ground will help it. It depends obviously how much rain. If we get anything today, how much it's going to dry up. But if he can get his toe in, that will be a big help for him too.
Perfect. Andrea, a couple of Group 3s on the programme Saturday. You've got Johannes Brahms lining up over the mark and then back in the trip. He's had a little bit of a break, but classy horse, isn't he?
Oh, he's a nice horse. I thought his run at the Derby was a solid run. It was a good run. I think if I don't think we got the best of runs. I thought if I'd have got a better run later on, I think it would have finished a lot closer. So it was a big run in the Derby. Obviously, he hasn't run since. Pierre kept him fresh for this race. I think he's had 3 trials since, sort of a couple of maintenance trials, a little bit more stronger the last day, and he seems in good form. Pierre is happy with him, so yeah, fingers crossed. I think he's with a lightweight, he's got a good chance.
Yeah, for sure. We'll touch on that weight in a moment. I mean, as far as the distance is concerned, I mean, 3 back when he won that race over the mile, that class 2, I mean, that was a taking when I, for one, Andrea, always thought maybe he was more of a sprinter, but he certainly proved me wrong. Has he proven you wrong a little bit?
For sure. When he first arrived, I remember I think I did his first ever trial in July, and he felt like a sprinter to me. He was built like a sprinter, and all of a sudden, just Pierre managed to relax him a lot more. Every time I'd ridden him, he seems a lot more relaxed. So they've done a brilliant job to sort of switch him off, because he could have easily been a sprinter, say, if they want him to. He's pretty quick if you look for it, but he just seems more and more relaxed every time I ride him. Even if you see his trials now, he just goes through the motions a bit more. But even in the Derby, although it was 2,000 metres, yeah, he did grab a little bit on the back straight, but it wasn't as bad as it could be. So, but a mile is going to be his gig. I think dropping back to a mile would be a big help for him, and it's another horse that hopefully, if the ground stays sound, with the rain we had, it could only help him.
Interesting race, isn't it, really? I mean, you mentioned the lightweight, of course, always a big help. From a form analyst point of view, they're always really tough races to sort of decipher and work out. They're hard races to win, though, these, aren't they, these Group 3s? But when you've got 1:15 only or thereabouts, it makes your life a little bit easier.
Yeah, for sure. They're difficult to win, but just a bit different in weights from sort of top to bottom. And carrying 1.5, it's a big help on a horse that could potentially be a good horse in time. So yeah, it's a big help, and it's got a nice enough draw. It's a very open race, and there's quite a few horses in there with the lightweights. But I'd say of the lightweight horses in with the lightweights is obviously, I think he's the one sort of brings in a bit more form. And but I like the horse, and hopefully he can get headed from again before the end of the season.
Perfect. David Eustace, Dazzling Fit did a pretty good job for you on only his 3rd run last time out. That was went up to the 1,400 metres, and it looks like a horse full of potential.
Yeah, I thought it was a good effort, albeit the pace was on in the race, and he was sort of settled into the second half of the field with probably the right place to be. But he found the line well, and he's trained on nicely.
Nice turn of foot, David, as well. I mean, he showed sort of a good acceleration when called upon, and I mean, he's gone to the line, quite comfortably.
Yeah, he's always shown that turn of foot in his trials and bits and pieces in his races, so it's nice for him to sort of put it all together, albeit he's still a little bit new in his racing, so another run this season, and we'll see how he comes through that. I think it'll be his fourth start, which is probably enough, but we'll just see how he is post-race.
Talking of trials, you have trialled him since as well. Was that just a case of sort of maintenance with him, just to sort of keep him ticking over?
Yeah, very easy trial. Now he's got a little bit deeper into the season, had a few runs. He's not quite as sharp, but he worked to the line fine, and he's definitely also appreciate further next season.
He's clearly a very nice young horse, obviously, as they do here in Hong Kong Style. We're privy to such information as to how many horses and what horses are in said stables. You've got around about sort of a dozen or more, sort of 52 unraced horses, so a few more nice ones to unleash before the end of the season?
There's horses to run, but sort of don't necessarily strike me as horses who are going to go there and win first time. Get some education into them, and if they're good enough, great, but yeah, just not going to force it.
幸運旅程上一季咧，其實係3、4班都有贏過，咁而家係4班應戰都有着數，今次咧仲要抽到2檔，其實絕對係真性分子嚟嘅。
佢其實都7歲啦，咁佢都係叫做幾好嗰個水準幾穩定。咁今次抽到2檔咁啊，希望佢可以幫個馬主贏唔到都可以攞啲獎金，因為始終都係年紀大。
咁幸運旅程其實有一匹谷草千二嘅專家啦，見到你今次選擇咗田草，其實係點解會有呢個部署？
因為我都同我騎師商量過，因為佢係如果係田草，佢贏7場，不過好多時佢有個靚檔咧，佢容易跑啲。咁樣就騎師都話喺沙田嚟講咧，佢直路嗰個出入冇幾耐都可以容易揾位嘅。咁變咗就算你檔位差啲都唔緊要，跑埋啲你知一出入轉彎，咁變咗就係個檔位係緊要。咁我哋都嘗試跑過沙田都跑得好嘅，咁我哋俾佢跑沙田。